File 57. The room that replaced itself. At 2:08 a.m., room 3F changed. No one entered, no one excited, but the room was no longer the same. The hallway camera recorded the door the entire night. Closed. No interruptions, no movement. Yet inside, everything was different. The desk had moved, the chair was gone, and a second door appeared on the far wall, a door that did not exist before. Security first noticed the change through the interior camera. At exactly 2:08 a.m., the feed glitched for less than a second. Just a single frame. Then the image returned, but the room had changed. No transition, no visible cause, just a replacement. They reviewed the footage frame by frame. Before 2:08, normal office. After 2:08, altered layout, nothing in between. The hallway footage confirmed it. The door never opened. No one entered. No one left, yet the interior had been replaced. Maintenance was called immediately. They unlocked the door and stepped inside. Everything matched the altered version. The desk was in a new position. The chair was missing, and the second door stood on the far wall. Plain. Metal. No label, no handle. Only a thin outline separating it from the wall. According to the building plans, that wall contained a solid support structure. There was no space for a door, but the door was physically there. They tested Italiano, pushed it. Nothing. Then one of the guards placed his hand against it. For a moment, nothing happened. Then the surface shifted, not opening forward, not swinging, sliding, silently, revealing a narrow gap. Beyond it was another room. At first glance, it looked identical. Same size, same layout, same ceiling light, but something felt off. The lighting was dimmer, the walls had small cracks, and on the desk, there was a chair, the same chair that had disappeared. The guard stepped inside the second room. Everything felt slightly wrong, like a copy that wasn't exact. They turned back. The original room was still visible through the door, untouched, stable. They checked the camera in the second room. It was active, recording, but not connected to any system. No cables, no signal path. They returned to the original room, closed the second door, and began documenting everything. Distances, angles, object positions. At 2:08 a.m. the next night, it happened again. The original room shifted. The desk moved again. A cabinet appeared near the wall. And the second room changed too. Another door appeared inside it. A third door, leading further. They opened it. A third version of the room. Slightly more damaged. Paint peeling, light flickering, objects misplaced. They labeled them Version 1, Version 2, Version 3. Each one connected. Each one slightly worse than the last. Every night at 2:08, the system recorded another change. More doors, more versions, each room showing a different state, not random. Progressive. Like time moving differently inside each layer. By the fifth night, something new appeared. In version 4, a figure stood near the wall, facing away, not moving, not reacting. The guards hesitated. This was the first time a person appeared inside the rooms. They entered slowly, carefully. The air felt heavier, colder. The figure remained still. One of the guards stepped closer, reached out, touched the shoulder. The figure turned. It was one of them. Same uniform, same face, but the expression was empty. Frozen, unresponsive. They stepped back immediately, returned to version 1, closed the door. But the next night, the doors were still there. More versions had appeared, more changes, more figures. Each version contained something new. A broken wall, a missing object, or another person. all facing away, all silent. Security reviewed all recordings again. They noticed a pattern. Each deeper version looked older, more damaged, more unstable, as if time was accelerating the further they went. In version 6, the walls were cracked, lights barely working, furniture partially destroyed. In version 7, the room was almost unrecognizable. Collapsed sections, flickering shadows, and multiple figures standing inside. None of them moving, none of them turning, just facing the walls. But one detail stood out. There was no exit door in version 7, only the path back through the previous rooms. The guards realized something. These were not just copies. They were stages. Each one replacing the previous, each one closer to a final state. At 2:08 a.m. on the 8th night, the system recorded the last change. Version 1 shifted again, but this time, the second door disappeared. The room returned to normal. Desk, chair, no extra door. Security inspected the walls. Solid, no seams, no hidden structures. The building plans matched again. Everything appeared normal. But one thing remained. On the desk, there was a photograph, a single printed image. They picked it up. It showed the room, but not the current version. The image showed version 7, destroyed, dark, filled with silent figures, and in the center of the room, one person was facing the camera, looking directly forward. It was one of the guards, the one who had entered every version, the one who had gone the furthest. The others looked at him. He said nothing, because he didn't remember entering that final room. The official report ended with a single conclusion. The room did not change. It was replaced, layer by layer, version by version. And the final version has not appeared yet. Shadow Archives, File 57.